the floor spacing, the argument can be made. They would have been a blueprint for what we saw from Golden State.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Because now you could have a situation where Melo could play the Draymond role as far as facilitating the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Chauncey bringing the ball up, but Melo being at that high post position or the short corner, facilitating movement, ball movement, and that could have been a very lethal offense.
That's a what? That's my favorite what if in basketball.
Boy, I tell you what. Now that was so we're closing out with the NFL, huh?
Yeah. I don't expect you to want it any other way. So here we go. Here's some of my favorites. 3 of my favorites. Just like Doc Rivers took the L, this guy took the L too. Nick Saban, you are on the hot seat because you lowball Drew Brees while you were in Miami, and Drew Brees wanted to sign with the Dolphins to be the successor to Marino. And then he ended up signing with the Saints, and we all know the rest of the story.
Absolutely.
San Diego, on the flip side, I could do a 2-part on this, because what if San Diego would have kept Drew Brees and let Phillip Rivers go? But they
let that rotator cuff injury change the game.
Well, not all athletes are built the same.
Hey, man, New Orleans not mad about it.
No, absolutely not. All right, my second favorite, what if John Elway doesn't turn down playing for the Colts when he got drafted by them?
I think Denver is -2 rings.
Damn the -2 rings. They're -5 Super Bowl appearances, because he had 5 Super Bowl appearances, and he only won twice.
So that's actually, let's go back in there. That's a multi-layered thing. There's more to that. So there's that, the 5 Super Bowl appearances. I don't think Terrell Davis does what he does. Shannon Sharp's career takes a bit of a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it is.
That's a real big one. And of course, last but not least, shout out to my uncle, because he's a big Green Bay fan.
I'm listening.
What if the 49ers draft Aaron Rodgers instead of Alex Smith? One job.
Given what the Niners, the teams that the Niners have had, I will go on record and I will simply say it like this. Aaron Rodgers has a minimum 4 Super Bowls.
I believe so too.
The argument can be made for 6, but I'm going to say 4, because there was a time, if Aaron Rodgers has the same exact team that Colin Kaepernick took to the Super Bowl, they're beating the Ravens. And I don't think they're just beating the Ravens. I think they've beaten the brakes off the Ravens.
Yeah.
At the same time, that same Aaron Rodgers with that same Niners team, I think, would beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl just a couple years ago. I definitely think, at that point, I don't know if Mahomes will have his first ring. Because the Niners from 2005?
Yeah.
2005 to now?
They've been very relevant.
They have been literally a quarterback away. They've had great linebackers.
They're still looking for a successor.
They've had great running backs. They've had great receivers.
Still looking for a successor.
You see what I'm saying? Like, look at it like this. A quarterback like Colin Kaepernick took the Niners to a Super Bowl and damn near won, minus a power outage, essentially. Changes that whole game.
Yeah.
I think without this power outage, I think history is rewritten for Colin Kaepernick. One, if Kaepernick wins the Super Bowl and then has what happened in 2016 happen, everything is different. Because now you have a biracial quarterback, kneeling and all this other stuff. A whole dynamic of things changes real quick. And then on top of that, it just, damn, that's a good one.
I got one also, but my honorable mention before we move on, because I think you're going to like this one.
I have an honorable mention too, but go ahead. I'm going to see where you at.
This is going to be a good one, because this literally changed the course of history more so than the Packers signing Aaron Rodgers. This changed the course of history. What if the Atlanta Falcons never trade Brett Favre to Green Bay after his rookie season?
Where does Michael Vick go?
They opted to stay with Chandler's last season. I think that was his last season. No, it might have been the season.
I don't think Michael Vick gets drafted to Atlanta.
No, it changes a lot. It does
change a lot. My honorable mention will be like this. What if the helmet catch never happened?
I don't think that changes a lot of stuff. Other than Eli missing one ring.
No. It changes because of it becomes now there's 2 undefeated teams. And the argument can be made that Patriots team would have been the greatest team in NFL history. Because one, they played more games than the 72 Dolphins. And it was the manner in which they did it. They did what the Chiefs were doing when they won their first Super Bowl, being that high-powered offense. Same with the Broncos, too.
Yeah.
That high-powered offense that just essentially steamrolled everybody.
You know what? I don't care. But is it the Dolphins that was the perfect record? I don't care about the Dolphins' perfect record. You give me that Patriots team, and that is the greatest football team probably ever assembled. It's not just, people are like, oh, what was the greatest offense? What was the great? No. This is the greatest team, quarterbacked by the greatest quarterback, and receiving wise, you have argued, because some people still say Jerry Rice, or some people argue,
of course,
maybe T.O. someone, but arguably the best receiver that ever touched the football field.
You had a resurgence of Randy Moss.
Bruh, that team was nonsense, and it was unfair.
Randy Moss, Westbrook, like a young Julian Edelman. You had
Julian Edelman better go into the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done too.
I believe this was the year before they drafted Gronk and Hernandez.
It is, and their quarterback was not quarterback. Their running back was
at this time.
Oh boy,
I want to say it was the Lawman. I think Ben Jarvis Green Ellis was one of their running backs.
I think Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. Yeah, I do. I cannot remember this. Oh my goodness, hold on. I got to look it up now because they had, oh man, give me a second here.
No, do you think?
I cannot remember his name. I remember he was one of the running backs that caught the ball out the backfield all the time.
Might have been James White too, because James White been around for a hot minute.
Oh man.
James White was doing this for a long time before a lot of these other big name running backs became who they were.
Oh, let me see. I gotta look it up. Oh boy, yeah, I remember. I remember. I'm wrong. It's not the running back I'm thinking of. It's the one guy that people forget was. Oh, what's Kevin Falk? Kevin Falk was on the team. That's who the running back was. But the one guy I'm talking about, I couldn't remember his name. But it's a tight end. It's not the running back. Ben Watson was on that team.
Benjamin Watson was a dog.
Ben Watson was on that team. Kevin Falk. Randy Moss, Welker.
Kevin Falk was before the James White era started, and of course, obviously, Watson was before Gronk and Hernandez. Which, by the way, yes, I am a little sad that Gronk retired. Yes, but
bruh, this is
11 years, great career.
This is unquestionably the greatest team ever on the defensive side. Ty Warren, Vince Wilfork, Mike Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, Asante Samuel, Rodney Harris, bruh.
I think Ted Johnson was still on that team as a linebacker as well.
Oh my God.
I think Tyrone Poole was still on that team as a corner.
This is dumb.
Because I think this was the post Willie McGinnis era. I think Willie was gone 3 years now.
Oh, we didn't say nothing about Gostowski. That was the kicker.
Oh, we knew about Steven Gostowski.
Yeah.
Because that was who replaced Adam Vinatieri.
Yeah.
He was on Madden doing the damn thing.
That would have really that changes the course of history for a lot of people because, man.
Think about the ramifications of Brady going to Tampa. It may even potentially change that.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I don't think Robert Kraft would let Tom go for nothing.
No.
Like, nothing. And I think if that happens, I think they would immediately be like, hey, the day Tom retired, number 12 getting retired. A lot of things would happen quickly.
That was a good one. I'm mad I didn't think about that. That was a real good one. But
that one, I mean,
you line that game up 50 times. The Patriots probably win 47 out of 50. Yeah. Michael Strahan and JPP and them boys, that defensive line they made it tough.
Take another Super Bowl, for example. What if New Orleans does not recover the onside kick in the second half to start?
Oh, they're losing. Yeah, they would lose. Most definitely.
The smallest things would have changed everything.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Man, that what if was a good segment.
That was fire. I'm with that 100,000%. That was phenomenal.
I'm going to come up with some more, maybe later on in the season or maybe season 3.
Yeah, most definitely.
You see me in my zone. You can bet I'm doing numbers in my style.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to season 2, episode 1 of Gentlemen's Talk. We covered our top 5 one-hit wonders. We went through Mr. Noble's words, and we also hit y'all with another fire crossover. Coming up in episode 1, part 2, we're going to hit y'all with the shout out to the local brews. We're going to go into some fantasy quarterbacks, top 10 style. We're going to hit that real talk segment, and we're going to close this thing out. Peace.
Who hate to lose? Which one are you?
I'm neither. Meaning that I play to figure things out. I play to learn something, right? So I can take those situations and learn from those and have them, make me a better person later in life. But if I don't take that stuff and apply that someplace else, then that's failing, which to me is the worst possible thing you could ever have, is to stop and to not learn.
When you see me in my zone,